Hello, I am Azuka Uzo OJ, and today we are going to share with you about a country, according to federal government of Nigeria, you're asked to avoid. Why? Because Nigerians are being maltreated and killed there. So federal government is warning Nigerians in diaspora. I think this warning is coming from Abike Dabiri. She's, I think, diaspora minister. So, according to her, Nigerians have been mistreated in that country and must avoid it at all costs. Though, even the Nigeria you are talking about, is it safe for living? Is it safe compared to the country we are going to talk about? Is Nigeria safer than that country? Right now in Nigeria, you're afraid of being kidnapped because anywhere you turn to, kidnap, kidnap, kidnap. Some are afraid of traveling to their place because they could be kidnapped along the way. And the problem is so much that even the security operatives themselves are bailing their members that are being kidnapped. Anyway, let's look at the story. We will go to reactions to. So, according to the federal government, Nigerians have been issued warning, or the federal government has advised Nigerians against traveling to the controversial state, they call it Northern Cyprus, citing the human rights abuses meted to Nigerians in that country. It's like the particular focus on Nigerians. And why? If you have reason, add on the comment section of this channel. So the Director General of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, as you can see on the screen, that's a picture, stated this during the weekly ministerial briefing organized by Presidential Communication Team at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. She warned that the country, which is only recognized by Turkey, only Turkey recognizes this particular country, does not have robust mechanism that will enable the federal government pursue justice for several Nigerian students killed in the de facto state. So it's a country that is not recognized. Only Turkey recognizes that country. I think the strong man in Turkey, it's like he annexed the place or he want to administer rule over there. So the government of Nigeria is saying we cannot assure Nigerians there, especially students that were killed, cannot assure you get a legal support because of the way the country is being run. A country that is not recognized by the UN and only Turkey. So officially the place is called the Turkish Republic. So you see Turkish influence, sorry. The place is supposed to be Northern Cyprus, but just like maybe UK overseas territory. What do they call this particular place that they say planes are missing and this and that? The difference is that the other place I'm talking about is recognized as a British overseas territory, though blacks live there, but it's administered by the British people. It's Bermuda. But in this case of Northern Cyprus, only Turkey recognizes it. And if you have problem there, that is what they are trying to say. If you have problem, the federal government may not be able to rescue you. So it is better you keep off. That is what the government is trying to say. It says several Nigerians have been maltreated and killed in the region. Think twice before going to Northern Cyprus. We can't do much for Nigerians there. Our students are being killed daily. Have you really done much for Nigerians in other places? Have you really done much? We will still go to reactions because some people made some points there that you will like, interesting points and some funny points that you like to listen to. Abike Dabiri pointed out that the security forces have in recent times been bombarding terrorists in the determined attempt to end their menace, expressing confidence that Whoever invests in the country among the diasporans will have return for their investment. She added that every Nigerian stranded in Ukraine at the start of the conflict returned home safely. Yeah. Mhm. Students psychologically affected by the conflict underwent proper counseling before continuing their education, either online or on site, by enrolling into local universities to continue their program. That's according to Abike Dabiri. Let's take a look at the map of this particular place, Northern Cyprus. That is it. As you can see Turkey's flag and that of Cyprus. And let's look further. Here is it. I think has Turkey Muslim influence. North Cyprus. That is it. These places are beautiful places. But is it worth to go and die in beautiful places? Okay, look at. Now let's look at Nigerians' reaction to the story. Don't go there, don't go there. Is your country, Nigeria, better? Meanwhile, I'm not advising people to go there, but you know the way they announce don't go there as if they have made Nigeria better and safer. Nigeria that everybody is afraid of being kidnapped. Let's look at these reactions. This one by Ayodeji Lewis. He said, make una no mind this useless woman, oh, as she sell one of her mansion to, he's trying to say, has she sold one of her mansion to help some Nigeria rather than thinking of how she would buy estate like her ex-leaders? Hey, then some great wrote, this country is worse than all. And then good news wrote, are we not maltreating each other here in Nigeria? So we are talking about Northern Cyprus, that it could even be better. But I don't advise you to go. Now, this one, Emmanuel Chibroma, he said, have you forgotten that men took up their kaya to Ukraine embassy to go and fight for the war-torn country? Because they feel that this country is doomed, that Nigeria. If those men have their wings like birds, they would have to fly to those countries, including the North Cyprus you are talking about. I bet you they are still better than the situation of this country. Boo and his government has finished us. Hey. Then one Mokolo Timothy wrote, I need to live good life before I will die. Oh, maybe if you go to Northern Cyprus, you will test, slightly good life. Then Adebi Akim Adesola wrote, Nigerian federal government put them for that same. Nigerian federal government put them for that same. Even in Nigeria here, we are being maltreated. Many of us want to live because of insecurities and being jobless in our father's land. Talk to government to change their attitude toward Nigerians. All of these people are trying to say there is nothing different. Northern Cyprus, we are in hell. It's just like jumping from frying pot to fire. It's almost like the same thing, no much difference. There's a point the other guy made. He said, during the heat of the Ukrainian crisis, at the inception, while they were looking for volunteers, a lot of Nigerians volunteered to go and fight. They said it's better than being in Nigeria. Perhaps, some of them could be lucky they don't die, they become citizens of Ukraine. and then the war would have ended. Ukraine will be fixed. And some, if I die, I die. It's better than even staying in Nigeria. I had, I watched a comedy, a comedy show, and one guy was saying he maneuvered his way to United States. I think so. This guy maneuvered his way to United States, and he was caught and about being deported back to Nigeria. And he said, please put me in a prison there. A prison in the United States is better than being in Nigeria. Hey, I don't feel laughful. So these are the same thing these guys are expressing here. Yes, okay. Northern Cyprus could be bad, could not be interesting now, because like the minister said, you can't get some legal support if you have problems in that country. But have you fixed your country, Nigeria? The situation in Nigeria is, if not for our country, that is your country. Yes, some of us, if not that we find ourselves here, we're supposed to be running away from here. So I know the way Abike Dabiri will present this particular matter as if things have been sorted out in Nigeria. Imagine Abike Dabiri in the midst of some other countries, and they are talking about their countries, their various individual countries. Abike Dabiri will be like, oh, Nigeria, oh, fine place. Oh, this is the place to be, until somebody comes. Oh, but anyway, who are you going to even tell that Nigeria is great? They are seeing the news. They are seeing the news. Thank God for internet. So we are not against what she said, but the fact is that some of these places are still better than Nigeria. I don't know if I can read some other comments. Okay, this one by John Udai. He wrote, he said, after reading through people's contributions on this platform, I found out that citizens of Nigeria have lost 70% of confidence in the federal government. Can you see? Just like when they said smokers are liable to die young in Nigeria. You see an advert, smokers are liable to die young. That's when people are smoking more because of the conditions of this country. I'm not telling people to smoke, but things have become worse that they don't even care again. Anyway, let me round up here. Add your comment. Tell us what you think about this particular story. That Nigeria should avoid Northern Cyprus, a country only recognized by Turkey, a country that you may not get a legal representation if you have a problem. Add your comment. And this is where we draw the curtain on this show. I remain your host, Asoka OJ. Bye-bye for now.